Hi everyone, it's me, Krylios, Team Racing Productions MC and producer. And joining me, I have Jupiter Rein with me today. Hey Jupiter, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing fabulous. Now your screen is tilted a little bit, just twist it, do it back, and it should come back, I believe.
Okay. Here we
There
go.
we go. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, it's great to have you here, Jupiter. It's such a pleasure having you here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I am doing fabulous. It's nice and cold or cool or like kind of chilly here. So, it's nice to just be at home and being able to, chat with talented people like yourself. And so we want to
Yeah.
open up with, giving our audience a little bit about your background and what you do.
Okay, so my name is Jupiter Rein. I'm 21 years old. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm an English student at North Carolina A&T State University. I am a writer, and I published Say Their Names, the Queer Black Memorial, 2015 through 2019. It chronicles 30 Black trans and queer people who were murdered in the last 5 years. I write, so I have other articles and stuff, but this is my baby. And yeah, I've worked on this for 4 months. And it's finally here. I actually got like earlier this month, and I'm so excited to actually
Oh,
have it
I'm that
here.
that is amazing. That is amazing. That is really, really amazing. And congratulations. And to be published so young, that is really, really great. Tell me about these queer people, whose lives were snuffed out too quickly over these past few years, the ones that you profile in this book. Talk to me about that.
So, I'm gonna give background information about how I came up with the idea, and then I'll talk about the book
Yeah.
and the people. So, I actually came up with this idea during Pride Month this year in June. During the whole, well, it's still going on right now, but during the Black Lives Matter epidemic when it was at its height, and there were so many cisgendered Black people who were being murdered and who were getting the representation. And so I was like, during Pride Month, I want to do something that can celebrate my queerness, but also my Blackness. And
Yeah.
I was like, what can I do, basically? And so a light bulb struck, and it was like, why not talk about trans people who were murdered in the last 5 years? We're just entering a new decade, and I don't really. The only trans person that I know that was murdered this year was Tony McDade, and they don't really get trans people don't really get that representation that cisgender people get when it comes to their murders, just in general, period. And I was like, I want to be able to cast a light on these people. So I scoured the internet, most importantly, most directly the HRC, Human Rights Campaign. And,
Shout out to
you know,
HRC.
shout out to HRC. And I just started reading stories, and I was like, I want to make sure that I get Black people. So I scoured all 5 years. And initially, it was going to be I posted a person a day for the 30 days. But it didn't really work out like that because I'm really bad at campaigns. So I was like, I posted like a year, like the last 5 days of the month. And then I was like, um, these people need more recognition. Like trans stories need to be out there, and their murders, not their murders specifically, but their stories, period, need to be shed. So I was like, why not write a book? One of my friends, Ariel Robinson, shout out to her. She published the Modern Day Black Alphabet, and she's 20. And so I was like, if somebody that young can publish a book, why can't I? So just get into a few of the people who are in this book. We have Ty Underwood. She was in her 20s when she was murdered, and she was actually murdered by her boyfriend. On she was murdered by her birthday, by her boyfriend in her car. She was shot, and her car had hit a light bulb, and he ran away from the scene. And police was trying to figure out what was going on. They just thought that she ran into a light pole until they saw the bullets in her car, and they started doing
Wow.
some background, and it led up to her boyfriend, who was on the down low, and he had murdered her because he didn't feel comfortable with her. He's serving life right now. Another one is Bailey Reeves. She's 17. She died in 2019. And she was a senior in high school when she was murdered. It happened during Labor Day weekend. And she was just walking down the street and she got shot. Another one is Nino Forston. They're from Atlanta, if I remember correctly, and they got into altercation and they were shot. Um, and a lot of these, I feel personally, after reading their stories, and in the book, I feel like a lot of these were based because of their transness. Um,
Yes.
and it's epidemic. That's why I made this book, because trans people, again, we get murdered at unprecedented rates, especially Black trans women. A lot of the people that were on the HRC who were murdered were Black trans women, and it just hurt. A lot of these people were around my age. Trans people have a life expectancy of 32 years of age, and not regular, but Americans have their life expectancy of 84, I believe, or in their 80s. So we don't even have half of the life expectancy that, say, a cisgendered white person does. And that needs to be shared. Like, not only can I get murdered by the police, but I can also get murdered by my own people. And I live with that every day. A lot of these people were around my age when they were murdered. It was triggering for me to write this book because I saw myself in
Yeah.
every 30 of these people. I saw myself in them.
Yeah, of
It could
course.
be me.
Yeah, of course, of course, of course. And, that conversation becomes even, more poignant this year, especially because of, the heightened, lens that's been on the Black Lives Matter movement. And especially, the fact that Black trans lives matter and, they have to be, centered within this conversation because the murders of Black trans people are at an alarming rate right now. And what's happening is really, really out of control. So what you are doing, what you have done, is really special. It's really beautiful. And this book is definitely something that, it was almost fated to come out this year because it goes right with the time, and it's something that people need right now. It's something to center the conversation, to shine a light on these souls, to shine a light on these beautiful people that were taken so soon just because of who they were, just based on their transness. You know what I mean? And so that's really, really important. So thank you for what you're doing, and thank you for being such a shining light in our community. How can people go ahead and pick up this book
Um,
if they would like to do that? And how can people follow you and keep up with you?
so you can find the book at jupitersrein.com. That's JUPITERSREIN.com. My Instagram is JUUPITTER with two underscores. And my Twitter is JUUPITERR with two underscores. It's basically Jupiter with extra words in it.
I got you. I got you. Thanks so much, Jupiter. And it's been such a pleasure chatting with you today. Remember, viewers, the links will be in the description. And don't forget to say their names. Thanks so much for joining me today, Jupiter. Have a good one.
Thank you for having me. You too.
Of
Bye.
course. And to our viewers, thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.